Assalamu alaikum, my name is Saffet Catovic. I'm an American Muslim of Bosnian Anglo descent. I am representing the Islamic Society of North America. As a Muslim, my faith informs my everyday actions. My daily rituals are connected to my faith, to the prayers, to the way in which I interact with my fellow persons and my family, to the way in which I act with the natural world. And a lot of the way in which we interact with the natural world has to do with the issues of climate and the environment in which I'm exposed to and which my family, friends, and neighbors are exposed to. Taking action to ensure that the air that I breathe, the water that I drink, the food that I eat will not be a cause of sickness and harm to myself and others is something that is extremely important to me, and it is a requirement of my faith. My connection to the environment and to the natural world actually begins in childhood. We used to grow our own vegetables organically. We would can them. We had planted our own fruit trees with our hands. And my father taught us an important lesson, and that was that as much as we enjoy the food and the blessings that God had given us through these things, we were never to fence in the vegetable garden. Now this was a problem because we used to have rabbits in our backyard and they used to eat some of the food that was there, but he reminded us that the Prophet Muhammad always said that anything that you produce in terms of growing and anyone takes benefit from it, human or non-human, you receive the rewards of charity associated and blessings associated with that. The environment and the world in which we live is critical for our survival as human beings, but the resources need to be taken care of properly. I've tried to take some specific steps in my own life to conform with Islam's teachings with regard to the environment. First and foremost is a recognition that I am not only one among many creatures in this world that have been created by the same God, and I share this planet with them, human and non-human. But another is that these creatures are not only creatures, but as the Quran says, they are nations that are organized like yourselves, and they have a means of prayer and a mode of glorifying God that is different than yours, but no less important to God. So they're our fellow worshipers. A lot of what is done in environmental work speaks to macro issues, and that's very important. But a lot of what we need to do at the individual level, micro issues, are things that we need to work on within our own home lives. So in our own home and in our home life, we made a commitment as a family to move away, for example, from the consumption of meat and specifically beef in our household during our daily meals that we share together. To move towards a more plant-based diet, which is the diet of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And as a Muslim, I'm a follower and a lover of the Prophet Muhammad and his life on this world. And he led a life in which he had a low impact on his environment, in which it was a life of restraint and conservation. And we as a family try to employ this in the ways that we can. We take, for example, the idea that vegetables that are grown locally are something that's important to us. Engaging as a partner in local farms, what they call CSA, community-supported agriculture, is something that we've also undertaken. Now, this is a lot more difficult than just going to the supermarket and picking up vegetables, not concerning oneself with their place of origin or how they were grown, but it is something that in the long run reconnects us to the earth. And to reconnect to that greater mosque, as is referred to by the Prophet Muhammad, the great mosque is the natural world, reconnect to that.